everybody, it's Tucker, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to overcome procrastination. So, been working with a lot of clients and I'm discovering a very common theme. A lot of people have procrastination. I tell them you got to take action on this, like, oh, I feel inflamed and I feel not great all day. So I give them tips to do, and they inevitably don't do them. And I use all the techniques, I use the pain pleasure method, all these things I've learned, and yet they still don't do it because they're procrastinating. So, how do we overcome procrastination? Pretty simple, not the easiest. When you break it down, it becomes easier, and then once you know what to do, you condition it, you affirm it, boom, you'll be overcoming procrastination in no time. So, first thing, what's your dream? What is your dream? What do you want to manifest? What do you want to bring into the world? What is the ultimate thing that will give you the ultimate level of fulfillment in your life? Remember, when you have a dream, you don't need a crisis. That is a very profound statement, and it's very true. Think about in times when you were in crisis mode. Would you focus on your dream, or you just focus on all the negative things going on in your life? The power of a dream is that you focus on the positive, and whatever emotion we're feeling, whatever vibrational set point we are at, that's the outer reality is going to reflect that back to us. So we got to be very careful about where we're spending our mental energy, and the easiest way to direct your mind is by having a dream, an overarching dream. It will allow you to direct all your energy in a direction that you want to go. Next, without a vision, people perish. Says that in a very good book called the Bible, right? So when we don't have a dream, we don't have a goal, we don't have something we're aiming at, then we just begin to deteriorate. We just live in flatland, we're depressed, we're apathetic, and it has nothing to do with anything other than having a direction. So the second step to overcoming procrastination is knowing why. Why do you want your dream, right? So my dream, right, I want money, I want happiness, I want joy, I want to radiate peace, love, and abundance. These are things I want, so I need to become that. But the real way to become that, because it's going to take action to become the ideal version of ourselves, to grow takes action, right? You got to know your why. That's your fuel source. The why is what it's going to fuel you. It's going to give you that impetus for action. And once you know your why, boom, now you're really going after it, right? Now you're doing it. So to find out your why, there's a tool I use called 7 Levels Deep. So I want to radiate peace, love, and abundance every day. Why? Because it will make me feel good. Why do you want to feel good? I want to feel good because I feel like I deserve to feel good. Why do you feel like you deserve to feel good? And you just keep going down until you find the real why, which is usually I want to inspire people. I want to make the world a better place. It's usually more expansive into the all. A lot of times we start our why for us, but the why is really about all of us. So then the next way to overcome procrastination, step 3, is to write it down, your top 3 goals, right? So when we have goals set in stone, when we write it down, we're very much more likely to accomplish them than if we just think about, I kind of like to do that, right? Remember, the emotions feed the thoughts, feed the words, feed the actions, which lead to the results. And the results are what we're after, but that emotional energy is what's fueling that whole cycle. So when we write these top 3 goals, we want to make sure they're SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and there's a time frame on it. We got to put a date on it. Especially outcome goals. Process goals, you don't necessarily put a time date on it, but it's nice to have, like, I'm going to do this for the next 2 weeks. Like, putting time on it creates urgency, and urgency helps you overcome procrastination. Next, 2 action items you're going to do this week. So this is where we really start to take action, right? So we're looking at the big dream. Oh, we're getting excited. Oh, look at my dream. I'm feeling it. I'm loving it. I'm feeling the emotions, right? I got a vision. I'm not going to perish. I don't need a crisis. I got my dream. I know why I'm going to do it. So now I'm excited. Now I'm going to go for it, right? I know why I'm going to do it. Next, I got my goals. I got my aim. Boom. Pull my arrow back. Know where I'm going. Now, what am I going to do this week? All right, baby steps, right? You got to do something. And the best thing to put down is something you've been putting off for a little while. You're like, all right, I know I've been needing to call this person, or I need to apply to this job, or I need to start this new diet, or I need to throw out these things. It's something that you're like, oh, I know I need to do this. You're shooting, right? And whenever you find yourself shooting all over yourselves, it's time to turn your shoulds into musts and take action. So I should do this. No, it's now I must do this. And once you change your should into a must, now you're building your discipline muscle. Now you're building your self-esteem. Now you're empowering yourself. And boom, that's what people are really after. They want to feel better about themselves. They want to feel empowered. Well, you're not just going to think your way to that. You got to do things that give you the results that you're looking for, right? Because when we do things, we take action, we get great results, we feel even better, and then the cycle just continues. So, all right, so we have this great plan now. We're overcoming our procrastination. We have impetus for action. We have a reason. We have a goal. We're ready to go. But we need to address roadblocks. Roadblocks are the things, right, that I find before you have a dream or a goal, the roadblocks are already there. They just don't look like roadblocks. So if you've ever wanted to better yourself and you found yourself surrounded by people who aren't looking for that same thing that you're looking for, right? You're like, I'm ready to make a change. I don't want to eat this way. I don't want to live this way. I don't want to be up late doing all this stuff that doesn't really fulfill me, right? So now you're seeing that your friend group or certain foods are now roadblocks, right? But the biggest roadblocks are the ones we really know about, and it's usually lack of self-worth, lack of self-confidence, lack of focus, lack of discipline. These are things that get in the way of our goals, right? And we know it. Lack of self-confidence, poor eating habits, not sleeping enough. Like, these are things that get in the way of our dreams. So we want to make sure we're aware of our roadblocks, because 90% of all change is just awareness. Once you're aware of it, you can change it. If you're not aware of the roadblock, like I was saying, when you're living in that kind of flatland, depressed world where everything's just kind of the same and there's not really that much excitement in your life, you're not aware that a lot of things that are in your life are roadblocks to your ultimate dream. That's why once you establish the dream, now you can see the roadblocks for what they are, and we can overcome them. And I'll give you some tips at the end of this video on how to overcome those roadblocks. It's really important. Next, the last thing we need to do to overcome procrastination is to affirm it. We need to affirm what we want to bring into the world, into the present moment. The brain doesn't know the difference between a memory in the past or anticipation of the future. It only knows right now. So if we're worried about something in the future, what do we feel right in the moment? Worry. We feel that emotion in the present. We're thinking about something that made us sad in the past. What do we feel in the moment? Sadness. Same goes for happiness, same goes for joy. So the brain doesn't know the difference. So now you got the power, right? So if we affirm, I am happy, not I will be happy, not I want to be happy, I am happy, right? Now your brain goes, all right, I'm happy. It's just a tool. It's like you either direct your brain, or your brain just goes into survival mode and starts saying, like, what's wrong? What do they think of me? You don't want that. You want to affirm what you want and say it in the present, right? I am happy, I am healthy, I am whole, I am living my dream, I'm giving back to the world, right? Like, these are things, I'm inspiring people. Like, these are things that you need to affirm every day. Speak it out loud. So when you write the answers to all these questions down, and then you write your affirmations and you speak it, that brings it into the world. Our thoughts kind of just rattle around. They're in this invisible field, right? But when we bring our dream into the physical, because we do want to materialize our dream, we don't just want to think about it, we want to materialize it. We need to start the process of writing it, speaking it, bringing it into the world, creating it in reality. This is important. So let's cover the tips, right? So for overcoming procrastination, right, use my 6-step process. You can also reach out to me personally if you need more coaching on this. But the biggest tips are manage your 4 doctors. So I always teach a 4-doctor system. We have Dr. Diet, our nutrition, Dr. Quiet, our sleep, rest, and introspection, our spiritual practice, Dr. Happy, our mindset, our dream, things that bring us joy, things that are happy making for us, and then Dr. Movement, exercise, how we move, even relates to our thoughts, how much we're thinking, how much we're outputting. So when we manage those poor doctors, they're like a spoke on the wheel. That wheel is nice and round when they're in balance, but one of the spokes out of balance, it's a bumpy ride. Your day has no flow. So we also want to manage our 6 foundational principles and live by them, right? So the yin principles are hydration, nutrition, and sleep. So 8 hours of sleep a night, half your body weight in ounces of water per day. That seems like a lot. You need to drink more water. You're probably chronically dehydrated. And then nutrition. You must eat organic food. It's a non-negotiable. It really is. There's too much chemicals. There's no nutrient quality. Like, your life pretty much depends on you eating organic food, and the planet does. So if you want to contribute to something bigger than yourself, which most people do, start to invest your money where it really needs to be invested. All right, and then the yang principles: thinking, breathing, and movement. We must breathe mostly into our stomach. Most people are chest breathing all day. That creates stress. And if I'm a trainer, so I meet a lot of people who are trying to lose weight, and they're breathing in their chest all day, and they're just high cortisol. High cortisol signals your body to hold on to fat and to create thoughts of fear and worry. So we want to make sure we're breathing into our stomach as much as possible. We also want our thoughts to be positive. That's why this process is a process of creating more positive thoughts. And we also want to move our bodies. We got to pump our bodies. Our lymph system, our detoxification system is passive, right? So we need to move it actively. Our circulatory system, the heart pumps it. Like, we pump blood through our body, but our lymph doesn't pump. We got to move it through movement. So if you need help with movement, I'm a trainer. I can hook you up with a program, but even just going for a walk outside is probably the best way to get exercise, right? You don't need to lift heavy weights. You don't need to run on a treadmill. Like, you just need to go for a walk outside in sunlight and breathe oxygen. It's so simple. Drink more water and go for walks. And I've seen people lose 20 pounds, 15 pounds, like it's nothing. And I'm like, wow, look at how great of a trainer I am, telling people to go for a walk and drink water. But it's important because the simple things are the things that work best. And finally, I want to get to the secret story. To overcome procrastination, we must identify the secret story we're telling ourselves why I can't do this. It's usually unconscious. That's why I use this process and address the roadblocks, because usually the secret story is embedded in the roadblock because it's the biggest roadblock. So like a secret story could be, oh, it's my parents' fault that I was abused, so now I can't achieve my goals, right? We're telling ourselves a story, or my genetics are the reason why I can't be great, or I'm not smart enough, right? Everyone, like, once you identify the secret story you're telling yourself, then you'll have the power to start overcoming your procrastination, because usually the secret story is related to an unmet need. So the most common unmet need is the unmet need for love. If we're not feeling love, then we'll use a story that will convince us why we don't need to take action, because we're in a fear-based response, because if we're not feeling our love, right? Like, that's very scary for a person, right? To not feel love. So we want to make sure we're addressing that unmet need, and most importantly, that we're loving ourselves, right? So the outer world reflects the inner world. So if there's no love in the inner world, it's not going to be any love in the outer world, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much money you make, no matter how good your body looks, no matter how good your diet is. If you don't love yourself, you got nothing. So this is my quick video on how to overcome procrastination. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment. I'm looking for more feedback, more ideas on videos you would like. And yeah, so enjoy your day and make sure you're taking action. Go through this process and start to overcome all your goals, and start to overcome all your obstacles, and start to be the person you want to be. And that's the key to overcoming procrastination. Thank you for watching.